Last week, a car with nobody in the driver's seat pulled up to a curb in San Francisco and let a stranger in. Then it did that 500,000 more times. Same 7 days. 10 American cities. You didn't hear about it. The driverless car war? It's over. It got decided. And the company most people think won it, the loud one, did not win it. This is the Tomorrow Stack, where we tell you what's coming next in tech, and sometimes what quietly already arrived. So today, who actually won? Why they won? Why the winner is deeply aggressively boring? And what changes tomorrow morning in your city because of it? There is a $200 billion US ride-hail and taxi industry sitting on top of one job description, driving a car for a stranger who paid an app. Uber, Lyft, the yellow cab down the street, all one thing in different uniforms. For 20 years, tech promised to take that job. For 20 years, we got demos. GM buying a startup. Elon in front of a Powerwall. Uber self-driving cars that were mostly humans holding a laptop. And then, in the last 18 months, one company skipped the demo and started just billing people. Here are the actual 2026 numbers, disclosed by Waymo, not projected by a fan. Set your bar there. 500,000 paid rides a week. 10 operational cities as of mid-2026. Phoenix, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Austin, Atlanta, Miami, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, and Orlando. Now, the softer stuff, because I want you to know when I'm quoting Waymo and when I'm quoting a chart. Waymo has publicly stated a target of 1 million paid rides a week by year-end and has announced plans to launch in London and several more US metros. That's a stated goal, not a done deal. But even the shipping number, the 500,000, is a number that a public company Alphabet reports to the SEC. It's also boring. It's also up. Here's the part that made everyone in Silicon Valley extremely grumpy. Waymo did not win with a vibe. Waymo won with 3 things Elon said were the loser's playbook. 1. LiDAR. Big spinning laser on the roof? Yes, it looks silly. It also sees in the dark. 2. HD maps. Every street they operate on is surveyed to the centimeter in advance by humans. 3. A geofence. If the car is not sure where it is, it does not go there. Ever. That is the entire secret. Lasers, maps, discipline. There is a company somewhere in Mountain View whose innovation was to say the word no a lot. The follow-up question was always, yeah, but are they safe? Waymo's own 2026 insurance report, reviewed by outside actuaries at Swiss Re, put the number at 80 to 90% fewer serious injury crashes than a human driver over the same miles. Fewer airbag deployments, fewer police reports, fewer everything, which is a strange thing to argue with. We are, as a species, extraordinarily bad drivers. A robot that is merely 8 times less bad than us is, in insurance math terms, a miracle. That is the argument-ending fact. Not the demo, not the reveal, the claims data. Now the losers. There were 3 big attempts. 2 are effectively out. Cruise, the Robotaxi company owned by General Motors, reportedly burned about $10 billion trying to beat Waymo. Then, in October 2023, a pedestrian in San Francisco was struck by a hit-and-run human driver, thrown into the next lane, and, according to the NHTSA investigation, subsequently pinned and dragged about 20 feet by a Cruise robotaxi that failed to detect her under its chassis. California regulators pulled the permit. GM pulled the plug. By 2025, the whole robotaxi division was shut down and folded back into we'll add lane keep to your Silverado. $10 billion. 1 winnable market. 0 robotaxis. This is what happens when you skip step 3, the discipline one. If you're getting anything useful out of this, a like actually helps the algorithm hand it to somebody else. Hit it. Which brings us to Cybercab, the one you were told to be excited about. According to Electrek's June 2026 reporting, Tesla currently has a small fleet of Cybercabs doing engineering tests on public roads in Austin, reportedly around 34 vehicles, with more staged in Dallas. Every one of them has a safety monitor riding along in the passenger seat, which is worth thinking about. because the vehicle has no steering wheel and no pedals. The person sitting there cannot drive the car. Under current federal motor vehicle safety standards, a passenger car is required to have driver-facing controls. Tesla has been seeking exemptions for the Cybercab. As of mid-2026, those exemptions have not been granted. So the paid Tesla Robotaxi service that actually does exist in Austin is a small fleet of retrofitted Model Ys with steering wheels. Elon has promised the $25,000 Cybercab is coming. He has promised this for about 6 years. There is a third company. It is called Zoox, spelled Z-O-O-X, rhymes with books, owned by Amazon. It built a symmetric little pod that has no front and no back. You sit in it face to face like it's a subway car for 4. It has been almost launching for about 5 years. As of mid-2026, it is still in limited pilot testing, which, in a market where the leader is billing 500,000 rides a week, is not a great look. So, the scoreboard, mid-2026, Waymo shipping, Cruise dead, Cybercab and homework, Zoox pending, one clear commercial leader, and at least until somebody else ships, a near monopoly forming in plain sight. Here is the part that matters if you don't work in tech. Robotaxis at Waymo scale changed 3 ordinary things very fast. 1. Your city's streets get quietly rewired. Curb space that used to be metered parking becomes drop-off zones. Traffic lights start talking to fleets. Some downtowns are already redrawing lanes for a vehicle that never double parks. 2. Driving jobs. About 1.5 million American jobs are, on paper, someone driving a car for a stranger. Waymo alone is not taking all of them. But nobody in that industry is now allowed to say the tech won't work, because in 10 cities, it is working. 3. Your insurance premium. If Robotaxi crashes really are 1/10 of human ones, actuarial tables move, slowly, then all at once. Here's the thought experiment nobody wants to run. A car cannot decide to have just one more. It cannot text its ex. It cannot fall asleep. It cannot get a speeding ticket to impress a friend. Roughly 40,000 Americans a year die in traffic. The majority of those crashes are attributed to human factors. If a vehicle whose per-mile serious crash rate is a fraction of a human's ever became the way most rides happen, even most paid rides, the arithmetic of Saturday night in an American city changes. That is not the future everyone was promised. It doesn't have wings. It has a laser on top and a very ordinary-looking silhouette on the side. But it's already here, and it already works. The Tomorrow Stack lesson from this one is short. The revolution you're watching for is almost never the revolution that ships. Cybercab is a product launch. Waymo is a utility bill. The thing you get an invoice from always beats the thing you get excited about. If you want more of these quiet takeovers before the loud ones catch up, the subscribe button is right there. It's a small click. It's the only vote you get on what the Tomorrow Stack covers next. I'm your narrator. This is the Tomorrow Stack. See you in the next one.